قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولو الأمر منكم صدق الله العلي العظيم. It is very important to know what is the infallibility. Now, the word in Arabic is known as al-isma. Al-isma. That's what it means in Arabic, meaning infallibility. However, to be fair to the word al-isma, which is translated in English, is not exactly what it is in Arabic. What is the difference? Al-isma in English means, if you translate it in English, it means someone who cannot sin. Someone who cannot sin. That's what the isma is in English. However, in the Shia school of thought, the term al-isma doesn't mean that. It's someone who can sin but chose not. See the difference between the two? Cannot versus can but chose not to. That's what the Shia believe about what the isma is about. Meaning what? There are certain individuals in Islam, and I repeat again, certain individuals in Islam whom Allah gave them this blessing where they have the ability to sin, but they chose not to sin because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what we mean. That's what we mean. Al-isma. Now, this isma or infallibility, it comes in three stages. Stage number one, there is one that is called al-ismatu al-ijbariyah, meaning certain people, they are infallible, but not by choice. Meaning, they cannot commit sin. They only obey Allah, not because they want to, because that's how they were created. They cannot do otherwise. Who are those? Qur'an said those are the angels. La ya'asuna Allah ma amarahum. Allah said they cannot go against what Allah command them to do. وَهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِ يَعْمَلُونَ. They only act according to what Allah want them to do. Now, it is agreed among the scholars that all the angels can only do what God wants them to do. Now, to go against it, it's not part of their choice. That is one example from the Quran regarding the isma al-ijbariyya. That's number one. Number two is called al-isma al-ikhtiyariyya, which means the free will choice, which means the optional infallibility. That certain people, they have the free will to choose to sin, but they chose not to. Willingly, they chose not to sin. That is where we call al-isma, and that's what the topic is about. Now, this topic of isma, as we speak, as you know, when you look Islam at large, all Muslims, if you put them together, there are three schools of thought about this. School of thought number one, there is a group called Hashawiyin. Hashawids, I'll call them. These are Muslims who believe that no human being can be infallible. The only infallible is Allah. Whether it be a prophet, or an ordinary person, or a wali, or any person that you can think of, they can never be a ma'soom. Al-ma'soom is Allah, the perfect, infallible, who does not make wrong or mistake, is only Allah. So the prophet can make a mistake, yes. Can the prophet be right? Yes. Like who? Like you and I, no difference. That's the group number one. Group number two, they say no, we disagree with the first one, that there are certain people who are known to be infallible, but that infallibility is partially. in certain things and not in the other. Who are those people? They say like prophets. Okay, the prophet, they are infallible. But how are they infallibles? They said they are infallibles only when it comes to receiving Allah's message and delivering the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning, when Allah tells them, Ya Muhammad, Ya Yunus, Ya Dawood, Ya Zakaria, and he calls them and tells them what to do, they do exactly that, and they cannot make mistake in those. That is one second school of thought among the Muslims. Now, all of them, they have their reasonings from the Quran, but I'm just giving you the key point. This is group number 2. Group number 3, which are known as Shi'a, Ithnay Ashari, which is Al-Imamiyya school of thought, which is the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Now, they take this to even next level, and they said that we believe that not only the prophets are infallibles, there are certain individuals in addition to the prophet which are known to be Imams of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. They are also known to be infallible. Now, is there anybody can be infallible beside them? Like some people sometimes exaggerate that Shia believe that certain people, certain scholars can be infallible. That is absolutely not true. No Shia Ithnay Ashari believes that any of these scholars that we have, whether it be, for example, Imam Khomeini or Ayatollah Sayyid Sistani or Ayatollah Bahajat or Ayatollah Burujurdi or Ayatollah Nasir, any one of those scholars, no Shia believe they are infallible. No, they themselves ever claim that. So that is to make a correction that people need to understand. This is a false accusation that those individuals are infallible. Now, what the Shia believe is the prophets, all of them, all of the prophets from Adam up to Prophet Muhammad, they all believe, the Shia believe they are infallible. Now, that's number 1. Then they go to another level. They say not just the Holy Prophet, all the 12 Imams of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, they too are infallible. It is very important to understand that the Shia believe that the infallibility of the Prophet or Imams not only is optional, not only is willingly from the bottom of their heart, they chose that. In addition, we believe that it starts from the childhood till the day they die. And not only that, it's in all matters of their life. It's not just receiving the revelation and delivering the revelation, and then when it comes to other matters, they're not. No, Shia believe on all aspects of life. They are ma'soom, they are infallible. That is the Shia concept when it comes to infallibility. Now, the first question that comes, how do you prove that? What is the Quranic verse that you and I can use to prove this point? That is something that we will talk about in our next video to make sure that we understand that we can prove this in 3 stages. Stage number 1 from the Quran, stage number 2 from the Hadith, stage number 3 from the logic as well. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.